Hi, today I will demonstrate the features and functionality of ERP application. So what you're seeing right now is the login screen. I will be logging in as an admin. This is the dashboard. It's a comprehensive dashboard with a lot of widgets, which gives you a summary of all the operations in your company. And there are a lot of other widgets which can be added with different metrics company, and there are a lot of other widgets which can be added with different metrics. So let's start with the widgets. You can see global view, then agenda, projects, commercial proposals, orders, invoices, vendor proposals, vendor invoices, contracts, tickets, bank accounts, expense report, leave, etc. And then you have customer invoices, bar chart showing a comparative of invoices per month starting from January to December. You can see there are 3 years shown in for comparison, and then amount of invoices by month with another 3 years of comparison. You have customers with maximum outstanding balances, and then last modified customers, prospects, and then contact addresses, recent ones, then product and services from the inventory, and then you have 5 customer shipments pending, and then sales orders. You have most recent customer invoices, and then you have open account balances, and then database stats that show users, expense, leave, customers, and all the metrics from other modules. And then you have pie charts, and then another set of bar charts for sales orders. So more widgets can be added from here, like you can see letters, purchase orders, and stuff like that. So coming to the CRM, so we have it called as third parties, where you have prospects, customers, and vendors. So you can manage your prospects, customers, and members, and this pie chart shows the number of prospects, customers, vendors, and if you have any custom defined contacts, then even those can be shown within the pie chart for comparison as others. Then you have product stock alerts, then third parties. So basically there's a mini dashboard for each module. So let's start with the features. So I can pull up a list of all contacts, and this can be filtered by type of business. I can basically add as many tags for these customers and prospects, and then I can basically add another set of tags and categories and filter them, and filter by sales representatives, or I can directly add and filter by search results over here. So it's a very comprehensive listing. You can see over here with status and all the details. Then if you drill down the menu, So you have a list of prospects. If I just want to see the list of prospects, over here I can see the name of the company, and then the city, location, and then contact details, and the prospect status, whether they have been contacted or not, or whether it's a win deal or is it in progress, whether the status is open or closed. So there are different statuses which can be managed. Now if you open a company details, you can see it's marked as prospect and customer. Prospect is P and customer is C. So it was earlier a prospect and then converted to a customer. And then you have a barcode and then a VAT ID and other IDs that can be defined, and a lot more fields can be added. And then you have what currency you want to deal this client with. So for example, if it's a overseas customer or prospect and wants to deal with their own local currency, then you can specify this, and whenever you create an invoice or a quotation, then the system will basically pull this currency, a localized currency for the client, and the transactions will be specified in that currency. Now if it's a sub company of a group of companies, then you can define that as well. And then all the linked files, documents, and everything you can see over here. Latest 10 linked events. So now what events? So there was a automatic inserted event over here. You can see it was related to a project. So contact. So basically these are the logs that have been recorded whenever there was any action placed for this client. So these are the basic details, and then you can see more contact addresses. Now each company can have multiple contacts. Let's say this contact, John Doe, is the IT manager, and you want to contact this person whenever there's whenever you send a quotation or something, and you want another contact to be added. Could be a finance manager or an accountant, where you want to send the quotations and invoices, and that can be automated. So let's say this is Simon, and it belongs to this company. Then he's an accounts manager, and anything you deal with finance related with this company, those transactions and notifications will be sent to the accounts manager. And you can specify his email, and likewise you can again categorize them. All right, and default contact address for what event: order, customer shipping contact, billing customer contact. So I'll be marking this as billing customer contact, and then follow-up customer contact, and then I can mark many more over here: invoice customer service contact, invoice customer shipping, invoice customer invoice contact. So in this way I'll be sending an invoice, I'll be sending bills, I will be sending follow-up emails to this particular contact. I can assign it to vendor, but this is for the purchase order, but that's for vendor, so I won't be marking that for a client or a prospect. So a project contributor, you can add another contact as project manager and project contributor, project leader. All these notifications will be sent to the project manager likewise. So you get an idea, right? So now let me add this, and you'll see there are 2 contacts now. So likewise, there can be more contacts. There can be tens or hundreds of contacts from each company you deal with. Now prospect to customer. So now this client was a prospect and then turned into customer. So what's the worth of proposal that's been sent to this customer, orders, invoices, current outstanding, everything you'll see over here. And then you can assign payment terms, payment type, and bank account details, relative all the financial information about this company over here. And then there are 2 projects signed with this customer. You can see ERP system, start date, end date, lead amount, prospection, and then lead probability, and then server system setup. This is another project, and then once it's closed, it's currently dropped. So once it's closed, it will be open, and then you can add invoices to that particular project. Then we have related items, any services or products that have been mapped to this customer, that's been sold or been shipped or have been ordered by this customer, can be seen over here. Payment information, bank accounts, linked files. If you have connected this client with the ERP integration, then you'll see what you as what user they have been registered on the website as well. And then we have support tickets. If you have any created any support ticket, you can view it over here or create a new, whether it is a commercial question, issues or bugs or returns, anything, you can create a support ticket and have that ticket updated, or the status and everything can be managed. Now margins, you can set margins over here, like invoices, sold amount, purchase amount, and then margin status. Notifications, all the notifications will be recorded over here. Then you can maintain notes, manage linked files, and then agenda. The agenda is the same thing what I showed you on the customer's dashboard. That was any action that has been taken is added to an event with all the details, the time, and the person who has created the action, and then related to which contact. So you can see over here you have a complete log for this particular company. Logs can also be pulled globally where you want to see all the logs, but here you have logs related to this particular client. Likewise, list of customers, ABN Group LLP, this is a company. I can see all the details over here, all the contacts over here. So we have a purchase manager, a general manager, and they are being assigned to these notifications. And there are details of this customer, proposals of worth, orders, invoices, and then I can create new proposal. Likewise, I can add customer reference, and then company is already selected. I can assign a default contact, or I can assign a custom contact, or in the system will by default pull the default contacts which have been assigned already. Now date of proposal, validity, payment terms, and then type of payment, bank transfer, cash, credit card, and then source of the lead basically, and then availability and shipping method, And then shipping method can be added, like you can add DHL, you can add FedEx or any other company, and keep a track of that. And then delivery date expected, and if you have any projects associated to this customer, for example, you can create a project and then have multiple quotations and invoices set to that project. And likewise, so this order can be part of that project when I'm creating this order or the quotation. And then the template. So currently we have Azure template, which converts into PDF. So when we create this, you'll have a look. So now I'll assign payment terms, 30 days of, and then bank transfer. It's a commercial contract. And then 1 week availability delay after order, that's the fulfillment. And then I assign the shipping, delivery date. That would be next month, same date. And then not associated to any project. If I want, I can add a new project over here and assign it. I can leave a public note which can be shared with the customer, or I can leave a private note which will be shared with only with the admins. Only with the staff members. So I create a draft. Now I'm creating draft as an admin, but if I create it as an executive or a sales executive or any junior role, if I use a junior role, then that has to be validated by the admin or by their supervisor or manager. So now I created a commercial proposal for this company, ABN Group. You can see over here the discounts and everything, and I need to add the products. You can see date and all the availability notes, predefined product. We already have products. I can either use predefined products, or I can just freely type over here, specify the unit price, quantity, the discount, and cost price. Or I can just select a predefined one, and then it automatically pulls the pricing all from the inventory. I add that, and then I add another product. All right, so this is another product, and the quantity we define. I want to offer 2% discount, and then I add it. Now now that I've added all the products, I'll validate this. Are you sure you want to validate commercial? Yeah. So now validated proposal is now open. I can send an email or set it to automated sending, or can also be basically it can be set so that an email is sent automatically when I create it, and then set accepted or refused. So now whether it's been accepted or not, I can set that status, signed or not signed. No automatic emails are planned at now. So currently it's not enabled. So now you can see there are two third parties over here, users, and likewise I can add them to this project. And then notes, public or private, linked files. There's one linked file. You can see the quotation which we created, the proposal. You can see it in a neat printable view with the header and from and to info, and it's a proper printable format with all the details, and also it's customizable. You can save it, you can print it, or you can add some text to it, or you can draw something like a signature. All right, So this can be done. A signature can also be assigned separately, like you can attach it to the document. And now that we have created the proposal, let's see what else we can do with the customer. So coming back, this is a company, and you can see projects. Now the proposals. I created a proposal. Now I can create an order, customer, then default contact, and then discounts, and then a planned delivery date, payment terms, availability delay, so and so and so and so. This can be done separately if I'm creating a new order. Otherwise, I can just go to the proposals, the existing ones, and I can directly convert that into an order, and then create a contract for it, convert it to a contract, and then start billing for it, and then create invoice or credit note. So all this is in a chain process. So this is how it works. So you've seen the list of contacts. That's divided into three: list of prospects, customers, and vendors. And then for each prospect and customer, you can create proposals, you can create orders, you can convert prospects into customers, and then you have the vendors. Now these are the vendors. Let's say this company is the supplier. Now you can see it's marked as V. That means it's a vendor. All the details, workforce, type of company, and what currency they deal with, and all the information, and then all actions recorded over here. Then we have contact addresses. Likewise, you can have multiple contacts for a vendor as well. And then vendor info, total price request we have sent to this vendor, then we the total orders that have been placed with this vendor, invoices, current outstanding, everything. You can see all the information, the tax information, and balances, and then the products that we deal with, we buy from this vendor. And latest price request, you can see it over here. This is the latest price request in a printable format. All right, and there's a RFQ, request number generated. Then contact details, notes, linked files, and logs. Now you can add categories for customers or the prospects over here, and they can have subcategories and subtags as well. Likewise, you can create tags and categories for the vendors, and likewise you can have subcategories associated to the parent ones. Next is contacts and addresses. So you can have a list of contacts over here, manage them in one place, and then pull up a filtered contact list for for prospects, customers, vendors, or other contacts. You can have all the information about the contact, like here. You can see personal data, and then related items, notes, linked files, events and agenda. And and then you can add tags and categories to the contacts over here. You can create as many you like. You can assign a color, and add it to a parent category if it already exists. So this is pretty much the third parties. And next is the products. On the products we have products, then warehouses, inventories, shipments, and receptions. So let's start with products. You can add new products, you can view products, you can manage their stocks. So here you can see the products, product information, reference, label, barcode, selling price, buying price, desired stock, all the information, whether it's the status, whether it's for sale or for purchase, or if it's not. Now you can see a barcode is automatically, QR code is automatically generated. You can switch to barcode if you like for this particular product, UPC and code 128. So it automatically generates that. And what value do you want in the barcode to be scanned? It could be a URL, it could be information about the product, it could be stock inventory or the location of the product in the warehouse. You can specify it manually over here. Alright, now next is accounting, sales and purchases and everything. You can define that, nature of product, and then weight, length, weight. All this is for the shipment calculation. And then you have origin of the product, and when you connect it to WooCommerce, what information you want about this product to be shown on the website, that can be managed from here. Then you have selling price and minimum selling price. It makes easy for the sales team to create orders. And then buying prices, you have translations, or because this application is a multilingual application, supports all standard languages up to 72 languages. And what name do you want to be called for this product in that language, in additional language? You can specify that, or the context or text type as well. You can write it in whatever language you like and save it so that it appears in the same language. And then variants, you can add as many variants you like for this product. Currently there are no variants for this product. Let's try adding one. So here you can see variant attribute, whether it's color or size, or you can add as many attributes required. So I'm going to select colors and blue, select combination. So it's blue, and price impact is going to be 50, or it could be percentage wise. Let's say 2% or 5%. Weight impact, it could be something in grams. Right, I can add some reference as well. Add it. So we have a variant over here, plus 20 grams and 5% impact on price. And then you have stock over here. Again, currently it's 0. I can apply stocks. Transfer stock or correct stock. I can move from one warehouse to another warehouse, from one place to another. I can define that and move it. And currently I can add unit purchase price, number of units, whether it's this product has been purchased for any specific project, or is it for just sales. You can define here. Any related items, commercial proposals, vendor proposals, sales order. You can basically how many proposals have been created for this product, vendor proposals, or sales orders, purchase orders, and customer invoices, vendor invoices, contracts. all you can see over here. Next is the statistics, the sales statistics by year. You can pull up a report for this specific product. You can see all the bar charts and everything. Let's try 2022 and refresh. Okay, like this. And then you have margins, notes, linked files, events, all events recorded for this project. You can see there's one from today, right? Event automatically inserted. This is basically the variant which we created. Now you can see more details about this. Next is, once as we have already seen the product, you will see the stocks over here. You can see product stocks, reference, label, stock limit, desired stock, physical stock, virtual stock, movements, whether it's being moved from one warehouse to another, or from the vendor to the store warehouse, or from the store warehouse to the customer. You can see all the movements over here. You can add movements, you can create movements, and likewise you can again get back to the product info. And then you can see the movements over here, from where it's being moved, from warehouse A, block A, and what's the quantity that is being moved, and who has approved it. All the information you can see. And then you can create a new movement if required. And then stocks by lot or sale over here. And then you have variant attributes. You can create all the attributes over here: color, size, it could be grading, it could be anything. And then you can add the variants over here. Statistics, and then we have tags and categories for the products. And then you have warehouse. You can add multiple warehouse. It gives you a complete input stock value and value for sale at this particular warehouse. And then you have all the movements and mass stock transfer. You can move it from block A to block B, and then what exactly you're moving and what's the quantity. You can do it in this way. And then you have replenishments over here. And then tags and categories. You can divide, basically assign tags and categories for the warehouse as well. So stocks at date. If you want to pull up what was stock input at that particular date in past, you can pull it from here. And then inventories. You can manage all the inventory over here. List of inventory, block A, likewise. It's already started. Then shipments. You can list all the shipments. It's validated, and all actions have to be validated by the supervisors or the managers. You can see reference order number, weight, height, and all details, and then a generic transport service and the tracking number. And then you have products, quantity ordered, quantity to ship, and then source warehouse, calculated weight, calculated volume, send email, create invoice for this. Likewise, you can see the shipment in printable format, shipment sheet. This is the shipment sheet with the product description, and then quantity ordered, quantity to ship. Then you have sales orders over here. You have customer invoice for this item. You can view the invoice over here. This is the invoice with sales tax, unit price, quantity, discount, total tax, and then total cost, and then you have the total invoice amount. And all these templates are customizable. Coming back to our warehouse shipments. Okay, shipments that are drafts is basically nothing but a newly created shipment which is unapproved, and then it gets validated. This has been validated, and then you have another status that is processed over here, whether it's ready for dispatch. Then you have statistics for the shipments over the years. You can pull up here. It shows all the statistics for the shipment by month with comparison to previous 2 years. Next is a reception. You can create a new reception list, and then you can have those created new and then validated or processed, and then you can pull up statistics for the receptions as well, just like shipments. So this is a pretty much the products module. Now we get to projects. Project starts with leads and then converts to project. So if it's a new lead or a project, you can select over here, and based on that, based on the progress of the approval, it turns into a project. So we have a project over here that's draft. You can see the worth of the project, lead amount, and probability, and you can validate it. If it's approved, you can generate template over here. Currently there's no information of the project, but that's the template. Contacts of the project. You can see all the contacts. You can add more contacts. You can add task over here. List of tasks, task reference, task label, start date, deadline, planned workload, bills, bill the time spent, whether you want to bill based on the time. You can define over here. Workload, hours and minutes, start date, end date, declared or real progress. You can define the percentage. It's all related to that particular project. And then time spent, you can mark the timesheet over here, and then overview of the project. What's the status, like the profit, and then a list of commercial proposals related to this project, list of sales orders, list of invoices, everything you'll see in one single screen, from loans and contributions, and then a list of payments of salaries related to this project, list of miscellaneous payment related to the project, everything in one screen. You can have a view. And then support tickets, if you want to add tickets and notify customers about the tickets, you can do that here. Notes, private and public notes, all the linked files, and then events and agenda. Plan, you can manage a calendar and plan things accordingly under events and agenda for this project. So list of open leads, these are 2 open leads. List of open projects, currently there are no open projects. And then statistics, you can pull up statistics over here. You can see bar chart with comparison. Tags and categories, you can add tags and categories and assign them to each project. New task or activities, you can add task and activities and then assign it to a project, or it could be without a project and just a task. Time spent, this is the timesheet you can manage over here for this project. You can assign it to yourself, you can assign it to other employees, and then filter them and pull up a report. It could be by month. You can add a monthly timesheet. You can input data by day, week, or month. So this is the project module. Next is the commerce. Under commerce, we have commercial proposals. I've shown you how to create a commercial proposal. In the beginning, we created a proposal for APN. You can see this proposal over here, which was validated. You can add products and attach documents and everything over here. So commercial proposals have different status. One is draft, which is the creation itself, and then open, when you mark it as open. Once it's created and validated, the proposal is open, and then whether it's signed, needs billing, whether it's been signed by the client, approved or not, and once it's approved, needs billing, and then not signed, closed, and then billed. If it is signed, then it goes to the billed, and then you can pull up all the statistics over here likewise with comparison, whether there's profit or loss and everything you can see. Then we have sales orders, list of all the sales orders. It could be for a project, it could be outside a project, just a direct sales order. This is how a sales order looks like. All the information with transactions and shipment information. You can turn it and create an invoice or contract, or create a shipment for it, classified delivery, and there's this neat printable format for this. All right. Now next is the vendor proposal. So you can see all the vendor proposals over here. This needs to be accepted or refused. It's for so and so products. Purchase orders. You can manage purchase orders over here. Select a third party. That's the vendor. And then you can basically specify the requirement, whether it's for a project or outside a project, and then specify the currency and create and select the products, and then you can basically send your requirement. Contracts or subscriptions. So basically this is for services. It can be for annual maintenance contract, it would be a monthly maintenance contract and has to be billed every month. So you can have add terms and conditions and task and everything over here, all the actions that are required, and then create a contract. This is the contract card with all the information. And then you have all the linked files. You can create an order, create an invoice for this contract, active all contract lines, close all contract lines if you want to close the project, likewise. Services not active, running services, expired services, closed services. So there are 4 different statuses for this module. So next is the billing or payments. Now you can see over here we have statistics for customer invoices, and let me just show you what do we have under billing and payment. We have customer invoices, we have vendor invoices, we have billable orders, donations, taxes, salaries, loans, miscellaneous payments, margins. So you can see all the invoices, filter them by company or by type of category, and then by the sales representative or by the type of company. You can view whether it's paid or unpaid, or whether it's been sent or not sent to the client. You can download PDF, you can view it, view the details. Next is draft, not paid, paid, abandoned. These are the 4 status. And you can manage templates for the invoices. You can manage multiple templates for different products and services if you want to include brand names in the invoice, or you want to brand them differently. That can be done over here. Next is vendor invoices. You can list all the vendor invoices, draft, not paid, paid, and then payments and reporting. You can record the payments that have been made and pull up a report for that. Similarly, you have payments and reporting and statistics for the customer invoices as well. You can see the statistics over here for the customer invoices with comparison, and you can filter by status. Next is billable orders, donations, taxes, salaries, loans, and miscellaneous payments. So we have billable orders over here for this company. You can view it, validate it. This is a billable order. You can see the information over here. Next is donations. If you accept any donations or make any donations, you can manage over here. And then a list of all donations, whether it's for a project or outside a project as well. Social or fiscal taxes can be managed over here, types of taxes, and non-social or commercial taxes. Then you have salaries. You can manage all the salaries over here. Choose employee, start period, end period, amount. This is the basic, whether it's for a project or not. Then you can add comments, you can add bank account, and then type of payment, and then value, and save. So we do have HR module as well, where you have an entire payroll system, but this is something else. Like if you want to just process the salary quickly, this is a feature. It could be for a project or a non-project based salary. You can pull up statistics for the salaries as well over here. Then you have loans. You can record new loans over here. Label, account, and then capital, start date, end date, number of terms, rate of interest, and then insurance for the loan, and then project, and then account, account capital, insurance, or interest. This can be defined in the double book entry. Next is miscellaneous payments. If you have any miscellaneous payments, can be recorded over here. Bank type, account type. It could be miscellaneous payment for a project or a sense. Then margins. You can create as many margins. You can set the margins of based on the product. You can see selling price, cost price, margin. Likewise, can be based on product, based on customer, based on user. User means the employee who is creating, so you can set the margins accordingly. Margins details, and then you can see over here the details. So this is basically pretty much the billing and payments. Next is bank or cash. This is just typical accounting system type bank or cash system. You can see I have two accounts over here. One is cash account, one is bank and credit card account, and the opening balance and the closing balances, you can see it over here, and you can see it in a list view, list of entries. These are the list of entries over here under each account. Credits, debits, reconciliations, reference numbers, and then you have vouchers for each payment, entries by categories, and then internal transfers. You're moving from one account to another account. You have tags and categories can be defined for each entry. Then you have payment by direct debit. It does support direct debit orders, order lines. Then payment by credit transfers over here. And then you have check deposits. You can keep a track of check deposits, last time check deposits, amount and status of checks awaiting deposits. Now we have point of sale. So you can create multiple point of sales. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 point of sales, each showing their opening cash and then existing cash at hand, and then checks, credit cards, closing of years and closing of months. So each POS shows all the details of its transactions. Initial balance cash for each POS. Next is the accounting system. We have 2 types of accounting systems. One is invoice based, where you go create invoice for a product or a sale, and then you create you add payments, and then it's automatically recorded. And then there's a double book entry system, which is not enabled in this demo, but I will definitely have another video for that, because it's basically something like QuickBooks or Tally, where you have a detailed accounting system within the ERP. So here we have income and expense by third party, turnover invoiced by third party, by user, by products or services. These are all the accounts reports you can see over here. Purchase turnover invoice, turnover collected, and then sales journals, purchase journals, all in one place. Then we have HRM. We have leaves, and then leave management. We have expense report for each employee, draft approved, paid, cancelled, and then a time spent. We have the times. It could be for a project or just a regular work. Then new project, job positions, recruitments. You can create a recruitment requirement, specify a label of job position, how many employees you need, and whether it's for a project or just regular. Then a responsibility, what will be the user role, and then the responsible of recruitment, and then email the recruiter. It could be the HR manager or HR assistant, then future manager, and then workplace, and then expected date, remuneration, and then you have description of the project, of the job requirement. And you can add applicants, you can list applicants, and you can approve them. And next we have document management system. You can add as many folders, you can add tree, you can set an automatic tree. As you keep selecting subfolders, it keeps adding it to it. So you can manage under manual tree or an automated tree. This is how it is. Bank accounts, and likewise entire contracts, customer invoices, and you keep going through it and you'll see all the documents under that. Next is agenda. You have a comprehensive calendar which shows leaves, birthdays, default calendar, all the events for the shipping or any transaction related, any follow-ups, everything is automatically added. See, you can see, and it's Simon ABN Group, so all the transactions are also added to the calendar, and reminders. You can view it in list view, you can view it month view, and then week, day, or per user view. Next is the support tickets. Over here you can see the support tickets can be created, a new ticket or follow-up, whether it's closed or not, what's the issue. You can attach any screenshots or documents and then assign it to a customer or a prospect, and then you can assign it to a project, and then the severity of it, and of course the status can be managed. Then you have there are some templates editing can be done, emailing, like there's a bulk email system within this ERP, so you can define templates for email templates and stuff like that. You can assign a code type of template, whether it's applications or third parties, projects, customer proposals, and then you add the content for the email, and that generates a clean template. You can create a listing for email, new email list. You can add emails, and you can send it to the contacts. There's a export assistant and import assistant. You can import data to any module from here. Export and import both works. So data can be exported to Excel, CSV, or PDF. Then synchronizing with WooCommerce, Ecommerce sync over here. You can set up a store, and then you can assign it. You can assign a category or product that can be synced, and you can receive orders from the website, API integration, and stuff like that. You have barcode, type of barcode, label sizing, and everything. All standard labels are already defined. Barcode type, and then barcode value, and you can print. Then you can set up a website, homepage, or sub pages from here. You can create a website within the ERP, add content to it. This is pretty much a basic one, but you can do advanced HTML coding as well, or just use the editor to make changes or add pages. You can simply add pages from here, add a page or container, create a page or container, fetch data from an existing website if you like, and make changes. Then you have point of sale. This is the last module I'll be covering today. So let's start. Initial balance, and then this is the point of sale. So we have pretty much on the top, you can see terminal info, currency, and then customers, and cart, Now I select this. This is already in cart. I create a new cart. I can park a cart and create another one. So I select the category, I select items, double click to add more, triple click to add more quantities, and then I select more. I change categories, and this also works with barcode. And also we have, of course, we have search, and then you can add a free text product. Like you can just define and add price, and you can assign it. Okay, let's say you add a item. Okay, Y12 gig, and then tax on the fly, and I add it. So this is how it works. Direct payment reduction, and close cash desk counter, and then price and discounts. You can select and apply discounts. It could be percentage or it could be amount. All right. Likewise, and it's connected. It could be assigned to a customer, existing customer. I can search for customers and assign them. I can record new customers on the fly, and then you can add more carts if you want to park it. So currently I can switch between two carts over here. You can see I can view the history of all the transactions, and then payment, cash, check, credit card, received 3,000. This is the balance. Cash. Prints an invoice. You can see the bill. It's all customizable. So basically this is pretty much the ERP system. We have covered all the modules. There are plenty more modules, but for this instance, for a retail with a non double book entry invoicing system, we have covered all the modules.